Hey there guys, welcome to another design time-lapse with commentary. Second time doing commentary now, so hopefully it'll be a little bit less stutters, a little bit less choppy this time. So as you can see here, we're doing the 2021-22 Borrusia Dortmund home kit on the Super Formula 2019 car. It's in GT Sport. So of course Dortmund, they're recognisable, they're the yellow and black, yellow and grey if you will, and their kit this year, I love it. It's clean as hell. The pattern that they have in the black itself, which I've tried to replicate here, that just looks sick, and just seeing players like Haaland, Royce and all them just kicking about in it's been awesome. But trying to recreate it, got the 1-in-1. I actually think this can look okay. I can understand why people would have a disdain towards it, because some people think it's a bit like Marmite. Some people think it looks good, some people think it looks bad. I personally think it looks great, and if you use it in the right way, then you can make a popping livery. So now I'm just trying to get all the corners and edges and bits and bobs, all that, just getting everything roughed out, figuring out what group of sponsors I'm going to use. Of course, Nick, I think, is the alt-light one of their sponsors, but they don't use them too often. So this point here, of course, I had 1-in-1. They sponsor Haas in real life, so I thought, why not get some Haas sponsors on there? Get Jack and Jones, just doing all the UEFA, FIA, all those sponsors, if you will. Ionos, which I think is just an extension of 1-in-1, one of their brands, gone for number 9, because I think that's Haaland's number, or a Borussia Dortmund player's number. I'm not sure. Last time I checked, I think it was Haaland. So just getting the Dortmund logo on there, just making sure it looks nice. And I think that's pretty much us done for the side. I didn't put any engine supplier, anything noticeable about the engine supplier on the car, because I thought, okay, I think it didn't really, with football, when I'm doing football liveries like this, well, yes, it would be nice to have like a engine supply on there. It's not really a huge necessity, if that makes sense, and it's not something that's like uncommon on race cars. Because McLaren don't credit Mercedes too much on their car this year, so despite the fact that they have their engine. So anyways, just putting the sponsors on the nose of the car now. This is something that there's a few ways of doing this. I just do it where you're coming in from the top and then readjust it from the side. I know Tommy does it in a way. Tommy WCF1 does it in the sense that he just does it from the front and then readjusts the skews from there. Just getting the Champions League sort of logo there and getting the 1-in-1. Just trying to make the onboard. I'll get to this later with the halo, but just trying to make the onboard look as good as I can make it. So just scanning the car, going onto the front wing now, getting that same pattern that we had on the sides. This McLaren, this pattern, which I think was used on the McLaren, or something with the McLaren. I have it in my McLaren folder, and I think Tommy WCF1 used it for his McLaren redesign, so it's part of it. Just doing the side mirrors here. It's all small details, but if you don't have them, then everybody's going to notice them, which is the harsh truth about designing shit like this. So just getting the Evernick on the back of the rear wing. Still readjusting this because I'm not a fan of how it wraps around. Again, this is small details, but just how it curves up, just how it creates these bumps. It can look a bit choppy, but it's not the end of the world if you can't sort them out. So now we're going on to the other parts now, doing all the wings on the side. Of course, I'm only looking at half sponsors to fill up the space, so I went My Maze here. Front wing on the side barges, doing that same pattern, and then getting the Puma logo on the side and Firestone on the top there. I think it lines up pretty well. Just looking around, assessing the car now. As for the rear wing, just trying to make sure it decently lines up with the flow of the car, but if it doesn't exactly fill up, then that's fine as well. Now just getting Firestone logos on there. You can't really see the Firestone logo normally from this view, so I thought putting one on that rear wing sort of did it nice. Same thing with the 1-in-1, just there's a title sponsor here, so I thought I'd just make it stick out a bit more. Now, as for halo design, something that is quite tough because of the way the halo is shaped. On the SF19, it's very small, you don't get too much breathing room. I figured if you do this technique where if you have the rounded block but have the parts like the sort of arrow-ish parts, and you can make something work and then put sponsors using it aligned with camera. And once I've done putting the UNICEF logos on there, making a decent onboard, and that's about it. So this is the Borrusia Dortmund home kit design on the SF19. I hope you guys enjoyed. Tomorrow, hopefully, should be when I release my first episode of my team, F122 on my team career. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. You don't have to, it's your call, but thanks for watching. Goodbye.